Hello guys, welcome to my windowsill. Welcome back to my windowsill. Guess I have a ring light now, but I'm choosing not to use it because I'm too lazy to hook it up right now. And I really was planning on doing like a cover or doing an original the next time I uploaded, but I was doing the dishes and thinking about this subject intensely. But yeah, so hi, long time no see. I'm gonna give you like a mini life update before we get into the video because there is a lot. So I'm single now. I don't have a boyfriend anymore. I'm not gonna tell you all the details because I'm not that kind of person where I'm like, yeah, frick this dude, like I'm gonna expose him. Like no. But I was unhappy towards the end, and I feel like we both just kind of needed to work on ourselves, and someone had to break it off eventually, and that happened to be me. So that's a short version of what happened. So yeah, I'm okay. Not that you were asking, but I'm totally fine. I just been trying to work on myself, working on some music. So love the fit, love it, and that non-existent booty. Today's video is going to be about uncomfortable situations that you kind of experience while you're working with someone who's trying to hit on you, but you're obviously not interested and they keep hitting on you. So, shall we get started? So I used to work at Subway, and there was a lot of weird occurrences. Like one time this guy came in without a shirt on, started talking about how sad he was because he had to sell his vinyls because he didn't have a job. And I said, you know, Subway's always hiring. But just weird things like that would always happen. And if you've worked at Subway, if you know, you know, like the homeless people that come in and shit all over the bathroom, it's disgusting. But one of the biggest problems with me working at Subway and just working anywhere in general is like the fact that like people can't take hints. Like I said what I said because I was being nice to you, because that's my job. Like, I have no interest in being with you whatsoever. Onyx is just staring at me right now. It's like the weirdest thing. Why do they think that just because I'm nice to you means that it's an open invitation? For example, I used to close every Friday night. Every Friday night, I would be in this bitch till like 11:30 because it takes forever to close. They always say, oh, be out by 10:30, but if you want to do the close nice, correctly, and everything is done, 11:30. That's just what I always prepared myself for. And so I would be in the Subway till like 11:30 by myself, doing the whole close by myself, because that's what they expect from a close, which I think is bullshit, but that's off topic. These weird people would always come in during, you know, Friday nights, because it's a Friday night. They're all probably on drugs, right? So there was this one guy that would always come in, and we're gonna name him Alfred. Alfred was really into like the weed smoking stuff, and he would always be like coming in, showing me pictures of his weed, and I'd be like, oh, like cool, man, like that's cool that you grow. And I live in Colorado, right? So like it's not surprising that something like that would happen. I'd be like, okay, like good on you, man, like you're probably making freaking bank, dude. And then he would go on and say, yeah, if you want to sell with me, let me know. Like I don't know what to say to you. Also, don't you love that like only one hand and nails is done?
Anyways, let's not talk about the fact that I am a miss.
So yeah, it was always just super uncomfortable, and then I would be like, you know, like to be honest, like I'm really not interested, and you probably just want to have sex with me. Right after I said that, he said, oh well, if you're down. I'm like, well, I'm 16 and I feel really weird right now, so like have a good night, you know, whatever I said. I remember saying that I was 16 and like that I have to finish my clothes, or making some stupid excuse like have a good night after I was done with his sandwich. And then he would sit in the Subway for like 20 minutes, and I'd just be like, oh, okay. And it was just such a weird thing, and I would try to avoid going out in the lobby and like sweeping or mopping or even just like emptying the bubblers, because it freaked me out. I was like, he's gonna try to talk to me and try to hit on me or try to, you know, get me into his weed business, and I'm not interested, and it makes me uncomfortable. And I hated that about working there, is because they always left you by yourself. Like, and then, you know, you can leave the trash for the person who opens in the morning, but more than likely they're not going to take out the trash because they have other opening duties. That's a closing duty. So it just, working there was just difficult, especially when they put you on closing, and they always have these weird people that come in at night on drugs, or just got out of prison and want something to eat, or those weird guys that try to put you into their weed business and try to freaking hit on you. And it's just like, bro, I don't want to have sex with you. I don't want to go into your car and drink a beer, because that happened a few times. Like, as much as I want to dip and get out of here, this is my job. So like, what I need for you is to pick what you want to eat and then get the hell out. Like, that's what we want, honey. That's what we want. And it's just weird things like that, where it's like, okay, I'm trying to do my job. I'm trying to make you this sandwich, like, Or there's other times where there was this guy that came in and he had just come from the gym, and there's a gym right next to the Subway. So it's pretty, like, usual, or it's not unusual that someone from the gym would come to Subway because it's right next to it. It's so convenient. And so I'd be like, all right, I would ask them, like, how much they bench, all this stuff. And of course, with a guy's ego, they're all like, oh yeah, like, you want to go out sometime, baby? And I'm like, no, I just wanted to ask you how much you bench. Like, I bench 70 pounds. Like, how much do you bench? Like, I'm a bro. Like, like, why do you guys, like, not you guys, but like, why do they feel the need to be like, oh yeah, like, boost my ego, baby? Like, no, it's not for your ego. It's just to make conversation while we make this sandwich so it's not awkward as hell. Like, come on, honey. I just want to get something straight in these people's faces. Like, bro, I'm just being nice to you. This is my job. I don't want you, honey. Like, I don't even work at Subway right now. I work at Walmart, and there's always, like, the weirdest people that come into Walmart, right? And, like, I was putting groceries in someone's car, and, like, just trying to make conversation. Like, how's your day going? Like, oh, that's good. Like, how much money have you made on DoorDash today? Because they're coming to pick up an order for DoorDash. And then, of course, they're like, hey, like, mommy, let me catch your number. And I'm like, bro, I don't want you. I'm just trying to be nice to you. And, of course, because there's, like, this stigma where you have to be so freaking nice to people all the time in customer service that you're just like, oh, I'm so sorry, but I'm not interested. Like, why am I sorry? I'm not sorry. Like, get off my back, boo-boo. Like, I don't want you, honey. This is a conversation that people, like, don't really talk about, because, like, we're so scared that, like, someone's gonna say something. But, like, it's not right that, like, y'all do this all the time. And, like, I'll be like, oh, I'm underage. And they're like, oh, well, when do you turn 18? Like, honey, I don't want you. Like, I am not interested. Pisses me off. But, yeah, that's the video. That's literally all this is about. But if you guys want more Subway story times, totally down for that. Because I have those, like, for days. Like, I have so many story times. I could link up with some of my old coworkers and we can make story times together, because working at Subway was a trip, dude. But yeah, like, I guess the moral of this video is, like, just be respectful. Like, we're here to do a service to you, and like, do a service to us by just being nice. And if it's clear that, like, I'm interested, like, I'm smiling a lot more than, like, usual, or if I ask you directly, hey, can I have your number? Which will rarely happen because I'm out here doing my job. I'm not interested in, like, being with you. I'm interested in doing my job, honey. I'm interested in making this money. Like, on rare occurrences, will I really be there like, dang, like, this guy or this girl is cute, Like, just be respectful. That's all we ask. And, just don't make our jobs harder. We already work in customer service. I already work at Walmart. It's not hard to work at Walmart, but it's hard to deal with all those stupid ass bitches that come into Walmart. So, this totally could have been summed up in, like, a Snapchat story, but here you go. Have a good day.